Hi, I'm Tony with Timeless Cottage Gifts, and my son got me an X tool, so I got busy with it right away, and I decided to start with gingerbread houses since Christmas will be here soon. And I cut these out and I painted them, and then I decided to make them a little bit bigger and put them in my Etsy shop. So if you're interested in buying the blanks, this is what they look like. I'm going to show you how I painted them. So they come like this, and there's all kinds of pieces to them. So they come apart like all different pieces. And the first thing you do is you seal them. You can seal them with chalk paint, with gesso, with sealing paint. And I put all the little pieces on some tape so it was easy. And when I sealed them, I just rolled everything out on a roller. And now I'll start to paint them. So the first thing I do is I take the backer. This is the back, and it's painted like a cookie, and this part is too. This part's going to be white. It's the frosting. So the way I paint the cookie is I'll take some honey brown, shake up your paint, and put that on my palette, and some almondine, just a lighter color. You don't have to use these colors. You can use whatever colors you like, but I just like these two colors. And then I'll take a Deerfoot brush. It's a brush that, it's a little bit wet. This one's a Jo Sonja. It's a smaller one. I like the way the smaller ones look. You could take any kind of stippling brush and do this. But you take, you dip some in the darker brown, the honey brown, and some in the almondine. And then you just pounce on it. Just go around any way, you know, and just pounce on it. I think you might even be able to use a sea sponge and do it that way too. But this is the way I do it. And you go, actually this one has windows showing through, so there's going to be a spot. You don't need to do the whole thing because most of it's covered up. If you look right here, it's just the background and the place where you hang it and the bottom. So you need to do the sides, you need to do the back, but here, put this right here. But there's going to be a time when you're going to put some yellow for the windows so you can see inside the windows. And you just keep going, and you do the same on this one. This is the easiest piece because you don't do the back, you don't do the sides, you just do the front. This one needs a little bit more. And you keep going. Well, to save time, I have one already done. So the white part here, and you put this piece on here like this, and I'm going to take a chalk pencil. Do I have my little chalk pencil? Well, I don't. So I'm going to kind of put in my chalk pencil. So I know this is kind of a fat chalk pencil, so I know I have to go around outside of the lines that I just made. But that's where the yellow is going to go. So I'm going to take some golden sunset gold and put it on my palette, and just take a brush and Paint like that. Now I'm also going to shade this. So I'm going to take burnt sienna. And my angle brush. Let me wash it off. And dip the toe in. Let me move these. Work it out. This is wax paper I'm using. And go all the way around. The house. And when you run out of paint, you can dip it in water again. And keep going. And now when this dries, I'm going to put another coat of the gold, sunset gold on there. Now this one, I might want to do another coat of the stippling where I put it in, put one side in one and one side in the other. And we'll let that dry. We're going to also shade that with burnt sienna. So this piece right here is going to be white. So I'm going to take my wash brush. What is this? The oval wash. And I'm going to get some white. And I'm going to make sure that this piece is painted here, not under there, but it can be right here and right here and all along the sides. Down here. And in the front. Not underneath, but on top. Down here. Paint got a little bit sticky. And the front of the door, of course. Okay. So now my pieces on my tape. That's my doorknob. That's my chimney. So this chimney, I do the same thing. I do the stippling. And all you have to do is the front. I'll come back and do another coat of that. And then the door I'm going to paint watermelon slice. Just keep it on the tape. The windows, they're white as well. I think I need a little more white. And so are the candy canes. I decided to add some candy canes. The candy canes are sticking out, so you should get all the way around those. I'm just adding 2. I have 2 on here for another house. Okay, and then for the green, for the wreath, I'm going to paint leaf green. Actually, I want to stipple him, the wreath. And the bow is going to be watermelon slice. So just, and I can paint over the bow because the red will come right through the green. So I just stipple the wreath. And now I'm going to shade along the outside of here. Around the door, and I go under the windows, and go above the windows too. Let's just go around them. Let me do one more coat. Okay. Oh, and let me get green right here for my doorknob. And my candy canes, I can take, I have Chris Hoy's, her awesome script liner. And what I do is I get my watermelon slice a little bit watery. And then I completely get all the water off my brush. And then let's bring this right here. And so I'm going to start right here. Roll my brush in it. Okay. This one. Now my door, I'm going to shade. I'm going to take a smaller angle. This one's a 1/4 inch angle. It's a let's see. It's a faux squirrel by Dynasty. And I'm going to go into my deep burgundy right here and shade it. Shade the door. So I'm going to shade the bottom of the door. And I'm going to start right here and go to the side, the opposite side of the doorknob and the bottom. And I'm going to let that dry. And I'm going to take a lighter green. This is a Hauser light green. And I'm going to stipple the wreath. I'm not going to cover as much as, oops, wrong brush. I'm going to let some of the dark green show through a bit. Kind of like that, to give it more of a two-tone look. And I'm going to, let's do a deeper shade on the door. Not too much water. And then, oops. Again, just the same spot. And I'm going to take the burnt sienna and go around the bottom of the chimney. So the chimney goes in like this. So I'm going to do the bottom part of it, like it's right here. Looks kind of stripy there. And then maybe a little bit, oops, put it back on the tape, on the top. Gives it a little bit of dimension. Then if you feel like you want to put more of your burnt sienna on the cookie part of the house, go ahead. You know, do it to your liking. Now this part is very intricate. It's the bow. On the wreath. Start with the ribbons. Let that dry. We'll get back to that. And now just a little bit of highlighting. So for the door, I'm going to take my white and just a tiny bit of the watermelon slice to make a highlight. So I'm going to go up here to this side of the door and around here. And if you get into the dark shade, just touch it up. Go back over it, because I did. Right there. All right. So now, this window, you know, I probably should have painted white. I'm thinking I should have painted white underneath to make that gold pop out. So I'm going to try this lemon yellow, see what that looks like. All right, so here we're going to do some shading. We're going to take crystal blue and we're going to shade the white. And I'm going to make sure that I got a really clean brush, that it doesn't have any colors in it, because I have, yeah. And then the blue, I'm going to do the bottom here. Yeah. Let's move these out of the way. And then the bottom here. Got too much water. So the bottom right here. The bottom here. And the windows, the bottom of the windows. It's kind of watery, I don't know. Might be too light. I'll probably have to come back. Now let's get back to the bow. And inside the bow is darker. So I'm going to take deep burgundy and put a little bit of that in right here. Yeah, I think the windows need more. Okay. Now there's little score marks inside the wreath, and I chose 4 colors. I had a few pokey tools. Well, I don't know where it is, so I'm going to use tropical blue. I was going to use calypso blue, but I can't find it. And then I take, I like this. I think it's a turkey lacer. I use it for pokey tools. And you just choose where you want to put your blue. I guess they're bulbs. Okay. That yellow one's kind of messed up, but it's so tiny, and there'll be glitter on it, so it's probably fine. You can take your script liner and dip it into the what is it, deep burgundy, and then just kind of make some lines in the door. It's just a simple can highlight the doorknob. Oops. If you want to do the sides on your candy canes, just go into your watermelon slice, and you see how it's like, just kind of follow it up like that, and then just slant it up. And let me take a flat brush. Here's a little faux squirrel flat. And all you do is, if you want it to go down or up, how's our candy cane going? They're going up. So let's have them go up. And the other side, you can have them go up too. That one kind of didn't go up. Okay. And then whatever you do, going up, take it around. Well, this brush wasn't as good as I thought it was. Okay. The bristles aren't. Just go over it again. Okay. And then, oh, I'm going to get a Q-tip. I don't like that. Okay. Okay. Now on the bulbs, you can add a little shine with your white paint. Everything's so tiny, but you can just add a little shine. I guess I should take my time. And for the bow, I'm going to take the deep burgundy. I'm going to go back in here. And the bow. And now I'm going to do a tiny bit of shading with my smaller shader with the deep burgundy. I'm going to wait. Well, let me put that right there. That right there. And I'll go under right here. That's good for now. And I'm going to get some of that water off. And on the bottoms, right here, and on the bottoms of the white. Too much water. You could take it to the side. Let me dry that. And if you feel like the blue is overpowering the white, just go back into your white and take it down a notch. And take the awesome script liner and get your white paint kind of watery. Okay, and dry off your brush completely. And then roll it in the white paint. And then you could just take a go down there. You can do it on the side too. There. Now the wreath on the sides, I'd like to take the stippler, get into my green, and just, it works real good. And if you feel like you want to add a little bit more, let's use a little bit of Hauser dark green. And you could take your script liner again, get it watery just like we did the white paint. Dry off your brush completely. And you can go into your wreath if you want and just add like little holly, like little pine needles. I'm going to take a lunar blender and I'm going to go into the white and into the pink, and I'm going to get a lot of it off because I just want to dry brush this bow a little bit. Okay. All right. Don't forget to do, I'm going to take a, this is a 3/4 inch. And in my burnt sienna, I'm going to do the back. And you can pounce around your sides. Get my brush clean. Right around here, if you want to clean everything up. And I would clean up my sides before I put it together. It makes everything so much easier. Okay. As you put it on top and you look at it and your windows on the lines, you can take your angle brush and burnt sienna. What am I doing? And turn it upside down. I'm right on that line. And take your white paint. That's better. Get some of the water off though. And highlight it. Okay. Just highlight it. Let me try that. Yeah, none of it's really that noticeable. Okay. All right. So now we can put it all together. Let's glue it together. Okay. So what I did here is I did paint it white first, then I painted it the yellow. I painted it lemon yellow, and then I went over it with cadmium yellow. And you saw me stroke, shade this, and I highlighted this. So that's just the difference. Because I wanted the windows to be a little bit brighter. So we're gonna glue it together right now. And just make sure, well, let's glue it on. And this is, I'm using art glitter glue. It dries super clear. You can't see it. If you get some where it's impossible to get it off. I just really like this glue. I mean, other glue will work too. I'm sure there's a lot of glues out there that work, but I just use this one. Okay, so just center it on there as best you can. And if you get some, you can take a Q-tip and wipe it off. Now I noticed that I got some glue in there, and I'm going to need glue in there. So let me take my chimney piece, which is this piece right here, and I'll glue that before that glue dries. And slide it in here. And then I did end up doing more shading on the bottom, because when the snow meets up to the house should be a little bit darker. So just go around and check your shading, how you would like it to, you know, how you would like it to look. And if it doesn't bother you at all, then just keep it the way you have it. And there, it just slides right in there. And the door, I'm going to put the door on. And the little doorknob. The windows, you see where it's shaded on the bottom and highlighted on the top? Hopefully it will show. It does. You can see kind of like a glow in there. That's a burnt sienna shade and just a white highlight. And here's the wreath. What I like to do first with the wreath, before I put it on there, so we're going to use the extreme glitter. And I get it's the hologram one. Be careful, sometimes you can get a silver and you're going to have a silver gingerbread shine on there. So get the hologram, that would be the best. And I take my oval wash and I go over my wreath. And while that's drying, I am going to do the house. So don't do a whole bunch of strokes. Keep it like 1 or 2 as you go down the house. Otherwise you can get it where it seems like there's a whole bunch settling in one spot. I kind of got that right there. Hopefully when it dries it won't be. And go on the outside. Now, if you're wondering, I gotta wait for that to dry, wondering what the galaxy glitter looks like, it's just a bigger glitter. You know, that it's just a bigger glitter. I prefer this one, but I wanted you to see just in case you decided to do the galaxy glitter, which is this one. And for this one, I'll do the back with the galaxy. And the other one, I'm going to do the hologram. So here is what it will look like with galaxy as you brush it on. I'm going to dry this. And then I'm going to put the holographic glitter on the back of this one. And I'll dry that. And let's glue our wreath on. Center it as best you can. And then there's two versions. There's one with the galaxy glitter, and then there's one with the holographic glitter. So if you're interested in painting these, check out my Etsy shop. It's timelesscottagegifts.etsy.com, and you will get this. I didn't use the candy canes. If you do use them, I would put them here. If you put them here, it looks just like they're floating. But it's up to you. I mean, it is kind of cute, but I painted them, and then when I put them on, I really didn't like it. So they'll come with the kit. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. And have a wonderful day. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.